this is a supreme athlete, competitor, not quite knowing when Father Time is catching up. And Father Time is undefeated, as they say. Can Bobby King Green, coming off of a very controversial head clash, weird fight where he was kind of getting pieced up, but he did make a comeback, do we just see momentum swing all Bobby Green here? And do we see something that we don't want to see in this fight?
Ooh, you're saying momentum swing against Bobby Green, against King Green?
For Bobby Green, meaning what we don't want to see is the annihilation of Tony Ferguson, because we love El Cucuy on this program.
Yes, Derek, I agree with you. But that's the last thing, especially, brother. Anyone in that Southwest that loves fighting, they're a Tony Ferguson fan, man, bro. They're an El Cucuy. I do not want to see just an annihilation right here. Unfortunately, you said it right before, Derek. Father Time is undefeated, and Tony Ferguson's going to be like an alien specimen to watch and look at, because this dude is just the craziest practitioner of the sport, one of the ones who loves it dearly, but and just holds on so tight to not let it go. So you got to respect him for that. And he is still very, very dangerous in these kind of fights. So you can't just completely count him out. The dangerous part, man, Bobby Green seems to be a tailored match to have that another war, to have El Cucuy fight in the fire once more, which is, yes, he is very, very dangerous there. But we've seen how it's happened in the last 5 fights when you're mixing it up toe to toe. So does that favor him, Derek? Or do you see jiu-jitsu come into play here in this fight?
Well, this is what I was going to say. I think the downfall of Tony Ferguson was not a skill set thing. I think that he had relied on so much athleticism. And when you lose the athleticism, knee injuries, when you lose the athleticism, all the other stuff starts to crumble a little bit. I compare it to when we saw Roy Jones Jr. He just did a boxing match not that long ago. I forgot who he boxed, but the point was, it was Mike Tyson. That's right. Remember Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr.? But the point was, Roy Jones was never a fundamental technical guy. He was big athletic explosions, leaping left hooks instead of jabs. Tony Ferguson is spinning elbows and knees and all types of craziness. And when you can't get off with that explosion, Bobby Green, hands down style, is going to have a field day, in my opinion. That's really how I see it. So if Tony Ferguson can't utilize his wrestling or jiu-jitsu, I find this to be pretty much a showcase bout for Bobby Green, who is coming off of not the most inspiring performance. So that's a get-back fight, but we have to take that into consideration. He was kind of getting pieced up for a little bit by Jared Gordon. We know Tony Ferguson is a hell of a striker. Does Tony Ferguson have success on the feet?
Ooh, I think a lot more than some people are counting out, Derek, especially if that minus 350 favorite that Bobby Green is. I think Tony Ferguson's going to change some minds here. Maybe not get the finish, maybe not really just solidify back to where he was as El Cucuy status, but he's going to raise some eyebrows for sure. Tony Ferguson's going to be good. Like you said, he's going to be a little more focused going into this fight. But the hands down, the vision that Bobby Green is going to present, I think it's going to be one of the hardest, because when Tony Ferguson is at his most dominant, he's hitting you with shots you're not seeing. Mm-hmm. The good thing for King Green, he sees all the shots coming, and he's really good at reading the game as it's being played out in front of him. So it just seems to be a tailored match. My question is, Derek, do you see any way that Tony Ferguson can actually execute a game plan to get King Green down? Because at least as of late, he's been doing a better job about not getting taken down or at least getting back up in his fights. What do you think? I
mean, listen, body lock, bro. Just get close, body lock him, and take him down. Like, good luck, right? But this is a Granby roll guy. This is a Imanari roll guy. This is an athletic guy. And if you can't bring out that athleticism, you're going to have to find another path to the mats. Bobby Green is really good, though, man. And I would say the best chance for Tony Ferguson, honestly, is just got to catch him. Perfect opponent, hands down all the time, right? So just catch him. We'll see. I like Bobby Green. I think it's pretty clear here. But there's one thing that I will bet on right here, and I do not think Tony Ferguson will get finished. I feel like you have to put him out to get him out. Justin Gaethje had 5 rounds, so he had enough time to just do cumulative damage. 3 rounds, I don't think Bobby Green's going to put him out flatline. And there's one thing, Tony Ferguson will never quit on himself, and that's why you love El Cucuy. Give me Bobby Green decision, and I will say this, as a huge Tony Ferguson fan, I just hope that this is the last one that we see. You know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. How do you see it?
I agree with you on both sentiments, Derek. I like the decision. This is going to be a banger. This is going to be a bloody one. We're going to see a red canvas after this one for the next 2 fights going forward. But I agree. Tony Ferguson, he's one of the greats that needs to at least start thinking about it.